what's up? I wanted to be outside, like you can hear the wind, you can hear the birds chirping, the leaves, everything, right? It's beautiful outside. Sky's blue, clouds. Can't really see them, because I'm just sitting on like the stone table and the chair, but it kind of sets the mood, it sets the vibe, right? So if I offered you $100 and $1,000, right? You can only pick between one of these two. Which one would you pick? The answer is obvious, isn't it? Like, you picked the 1,000, right? So that's one of the things I don't understand whenever someone talks about how One Piece, surprise, surprise, you already knew where I was going with it. One Piece is too long, It's like, if you had a book that had 1,000 pages and it was a great book, you would just stop reading it because it's too long? Like, despite how good it is? That stuff doesn't make sense to me. And I feel like I've done the same thing with my relationships and friendships, right? I feel like if you lack the depth in like your personality or just the way you carry yourself or the things that you try to achieve and go for, I don't mean to like shun people away like that. It's just like I'm not able to put it in a nice way. I think you're just boring, Like, people who just live day to day, I know they got things that they go through. Everybody goes through things. But if you let those things get you down and you don't pursue things that make you happy, but like add substance to like your own story, I think you just lack so much. It's like you're stopping yourself. Like there's so many people who refuse to do things because they're worried about what other people may or may not think about them. And it's like really upsetting because I always see like potential in everybody. Like, I always feel like I'm a mirror, right? Like, whenever somebody is like telling me something, I always want to encourage them to like go for that, like I've never been somebody to tell someone to not pursue something, right? And then I always see like I just kind of want to set people free, you know what I mean? It's like I can see when people are just like holding themselves back. And just like with Luffy, bro, I feel like if you've watched One Piece and you understand where I'm coming from, I feel like Luffy, bro. I feel like Luffy in the aspect where I'm looking for my crew. I'm looking for the people who have like serious passions, you know what I mean? I'm looking for people who know exactly what they want out of life and will do anything that they can. Like, it doesn't matter who's standing in their way. Like, it does not matter. Government, relationships with significant others or with friends, it don't matter. Like, they will pursue what it is that they feel like they're lacking, like they need it. Like, there's something that like draws me in to pursuing the things that I love and I'm passionate about. And whenever I see people that have like a little small like burning passion and then they don't act on it, they don't pursue it, they just look at it and be like, that's not for me. I can't do that. I don't mean to like look at anyone in like a undermining way. I don't do that. That's not how I look at it. I just get upset that you think less of yourself, that you can't go and pursue those things. Now, how does this like tie into One Piece, you say? Because I just kind of explained it a little bit before what I just went on. It's like, Luffy lives his life the way he wants to live it, like regardless as to what anybody else wants to say about it, unapologetically, right? So I might have butchered the word, but you get what I'm trying to say. So it's like, if you look at Zoro, wants to be the best swordsman. Look at Sanji, the best cook. He wants to find his all blue. Nami, the best navigator. She wants to create a whole map of the world. Usopp, he wants to be courageous. He wants to find his courage, the best sniper, right? Like, everybody on his crew knows exactly what they want. And they follow somebody because they know that following that individual, or following Luffy, following him as a captain, they know that his goal is going to take them personally. He knows that they know that his goal is going to take them there. And I have no problem following anybody. Like, I do see myself as a leader. I do see myself as having traits of a leader, but I have no problem taking orders from somebody that I respect. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta know when someone's dreams are the biggest in the room, right? Dave Chappelle, he had said the same thing. It's like when someone walks into a room, you just know. You just know that you're in their dream. You know that they're the main character, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, and am I saying that I'm a main character? Yes. But do I see everybody else as a main character? Yes, I do. That's why whenever people call Zoro, Sanji, and all him and his whole entire crew side characters, reality check, they're not side characters. They're all main characters. Luffy is the premise of the show, but they're all main characters. And it's just the depth that everybody's story has. I look for those people in real life. I look for people in real life that have their own story to tell. You know, like, it's just so hard because the world, it kind of like shuts people, you know, it puts them in a spot. And I think that's all through plan. That's all planned. It's not coincidence that, you know, a lot of people just can't seem to like break out. You know, it's like they're held down by some struggle, but they always take that one struggle and they use it as a crutch as to why they can't do what they want to do. You know, like, I'm not gonna get too far into my life in this video, but just to let you know, like, my shit has been rough. You know, like, growing up, I've been homeless. Like, my family's been homeless before. Like, I've never told anybody that, you know? And that's kind of like the whole reason too is why I got like glasses on, because I don't want to see anybody, like, I don't want you to see my eyes if they get like watery, because these are like, you know, like sensitive topics. And being like this transparent with, you know, random people on the internet is because it's like, sometimes you won't find those people or those friends like within the community that you are set in. So I want to just get my message across is that, like, One Piece is, it's insane. Like, it's an insane show. Yeah, the pacing is messed up because of, you know, corporations and stuff like that. But that's through design. Like, money is what has like ruined a lot of things. Money ruins people, ruins relationships, ruins families. And like it ruins everything, you know? Like it's just, it's hard. It's hard, you know? And I've met a ton of y'all on here on YouTube that have given your thoughts and, you know, like, have reached out to me personally, you know, through like Instagram and stuff like that. Even though I don't push it that much, a lot of you have like reached out and y'all have some crazy like personal stories. And it's kind of crazy that you can be that transparent and open to a random nigga like me. You know what I mean? Like, you really don't know me, but I try to do my best, you know? But I'm gonna stop like pushing One Piece to like everyone, because I feel like everyone's not ready for it. They're not ready for the show and the lessons that it could teach, and they may not ever be ready, you know? So I'm only going to like really push the show to people who are, like I said, are ready for those lessons, and that love the depth of story and other people's stories. Like, they want to hear other people's stories. And I understand a lot of people just like anime just to like escape, and they just like the fights, they just like the flashiness, they like the art, they like how fast paced it may be. They don't want to get wrapped up into other people's stories. They just want that dopamine rush. They just want a little bit of that, like, oh, that was cool, that was tight, like, they don't really care too much about the whole world building aspect of what an anime could bring you, right? Because I've watched tons of anime that I haven't listed on this channel, or like shown. Watched like all of Naruto, AOT, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, One Piece, but it's not even like for me to really like debate anymore about like what's the greatest anime of all time, because I know that it's One Piece, because it's just so different. It's just so different from every other anime. Like, if you've struggled with hardships, this is the show. Like hard, it has every, if you've anything that you've struggled with, the show will show you that. And if you're, I tell you what, the difference, or a better example that I can use, right, is the difference between it with anime and like specific shows is like, are you listening to it or are you hearing it? There's a difference, like when you listen to music, are you listening to it? Are you really listening to it? Or are you just hearing it? Like whenever I listen to music, I try to break it down, like a lot of people will say, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Well, to you, it's not that deep. To you, it's not that deep. That's your perception. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, they can have their perception of whatever they choose. You know what I'm saying? It's like everybody looks at life. Everybody looks at anime. Everybody listens to music through a different, they see it through a different scope, through a different lens, yeah, it's just, I've always, felt like a mirror whenever, someone, they tell me something, and then if I can see deeper into what they're saying, I felt like I've always had an ability to like reflect that, and amplify it. Like it's like a lot of people just don't listen. Like they turn away from it. Like a lot of people just turn away from the truth. And I've known a lot of people, a lot of family that were great, like coming up. Like they were such interesting people and interesting stories to tell. And their stories they can still become interesting. But it's like they fall into these pit holes and traps and then never get out. And it's sad. Like, I got family members and closer than you know that I don't want to really share at this point in time, still in jail. Like, it's just, it is what it is. Now, when I said this is going to get deep, yeah, it is deep, Like, this is just a way for me to get a little bit more personal with y'all, because a lot of the internet is just really fake. And unfortunately, that's become the norm. Like, fake has become the norm. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. But my final thoughts is that One Piece is almost coming to an end, and I have no idea like what Oda has like in store for the series. I've been watching One Piece for like 21 years, like 22 years, and I have no idea. I have no idea like what's gonna happen. But I feel like it's gonna be huge. And if it's not, then you know, it is what it is. But I've always loved the show, and the show has never let me down. Aside from the pacing by Toei, but that's completely different. Like Oda controls the manga, he's written everything out, and then it's up to, you know, the studio to deliver the message in a video format to where the audience kind of like grasps it in a different way, you know, like it's like, do you want to hear the story in an audiobook? Do you want to hear this? Do you want to watch the story or read the story in a manga? Or do you want to watch the story through animation? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you have options, but you know, it's like, the show is almost over. The show, I feel like, clearly within the next, you know, as a joke, jokingly, like clearly in the next 10 years, the show is gonna be done, you know. But I just don't want to show people the end, right? And be like, you know, you need to get on it before it's over. You need to get on it. You need to get on it. I'm not going to be pushing people to watch it anymore, because if it's not meant for you, it wasn't meant for you, you know? It's like, it is literally one of the best written stories, or it is actually the best written story I've ever seen. And I just feel like it's the same thing with people. I just feel like they're just missing out. If you understand what I'm saying, you'll understand. But yeah, I just feel like a lot of people are just missing. They're just missing. Not just One Piece. I'm just saying they're just missing themselves in the anime. It's like I feel like if you watched One Piece and actually watch it, you will find something about yourself in the show. You know, it's just people just get wrapped up in like, I gotta catch up, right? And I do that too. But I've been so far to the point where I've actually been able to like watch it week by week by week by week. So I've been a weekly watcher for years, decades. So I don't really have to play catch up, you know. But yeah, One Piece will forever be the greatest anime to me of all time. And this video will be a testament to that for me and for everybody else that's watching this video, because this video is going on the internet and it'll be on YouTube, and it'll be on the internet and on YouTube. If YouTube goes down, the internet will still be up, and this video will be on the internet long after I'm gone. And if I have kids, if I'm blessed to have children, and they watch this video, they stumble upon this video, it's like, if you still have access to One Piece, you know, if you can watch it, whenever you look at One Piece, all the lessons in One Piece, if you can pick them up, that is exactly how I've wanted to live my life. I've wanted to live my life the way Luffy like lives his, like not tied down by anything, just does not care about anyone's opinion at all. That's exactly how I want to live. I just, you know, I want people to just all take that in, you know. It's a beautiful story. Like, it's sad, beautiful, like, oh my God, the Kuma arc, or the story with Kuma, you know what I'm talking about. If you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. But, all right, this video is long enough. I didn't talk long enough. I'll catch y'all later.